Jai Shri Sham everyone. I hope you guys are doing good. In this lecture, we are going to again do some MCQ based questions, and we will be covering the AI related MCQ based questions, and it is model test paper number 2 which we are going to do today, right? Okay, let's directly jump on the question answers part. So we're going to start with section A. We will start with section A. Here we have to do 5 out of 6 questions. Okay, and each question carry 1 marks. So the first question is idioms provide dash in communication. Right. So is it motivation or clarity, speed, or both A and B? Of course, it's not speed, right? But yes, idioms provide us motivation, right? And it also provides us with certain clarity. So the correct answer of this question is part D, that is both A and B, right? Then we have this question number 2, which says which of the following methods is used to receive information from the sender through a letter? Now, here you have to bring into your mind the diagram which is given in your book, in which all the elements of communication have been explained. So there is sender, then we have receiver, then we have message, right? The communication channel through which the communication takes place. So all those elements are forms together, when comes together, form a communication medium. Now, which of the following methods is used to receive information from the sender through a letter? If a sender has sent a message through a letter, then which of the following methods will be used to receive the information? Right. So, is it listening? Is it writing? Is it reading? Or is it speaking? Yes. Who will give the correct answer? Preeti Play. Hello, dear. I hope you are doing good. Thank you very much for joining in. So, out of these 4 options, which option do you think is the correct one? How we will receive, how the listener will receive, how the receiver will receive the information from the sender, which has been sent to him in the form of a letter. So it will be writing, right? Methods to receive information from the sender. Okay, so it will be writing, I think. Then Miss Rani is intelligent in performing calculations and logical reasoning. Okay, this ability refers to, so she is intelligent in performing calculations and logical reasoning. Is it related to linguistic intelligence or spatial visual intelligence, mathematical or human intelligence? So, of course, it is mathematical intelligence. Am I right? So, the correct answer of question number 3 is part C. Then comes question number 4, which says brand means. So, what does brand means? Is it relate is it does it refers to design, logo, and symbol, or is it something which is related to packaging, or quality, or quantity? So brand means quality, right? If we talk about machines, if we talk about cars, then Tata is a very big name, right, in the cars industry. Similarly, if we talk about let's say phones or mobile sims, then Geo is again a brand name, right? If we talk about Airtel, then if we talk about internet connections, then Airtel is a brand name. What makes a thing a brand? The quality of services which it provides, right? So the correct answer of question number 4 is part C, which is quality. Then we have question number 5. People face which form of communication barriers in doctors' handwriting? So it's very simple. It's language barrier, right? Because it's not possible for a simple person, a simple human being who doesn't know anything about medicines and things related to that, to understand doctors' handwriting easily. So it's language barrier that we face. Okay, so the correct answer of question number 5 is part B. Then we have question number 6, which says, so there is this statement given to us, and then there are two assumptions. As there is a great demand, every person seeking tickets of the program will be given only 5 tickets. Okay, so because there is a high demand, so every person will be given only 5 tickets. Fine. Then assumptions. The organizers are not keen on selling the tickets. Okay, that's the first assumption. Then second assumption is no one is interested in getting more than 5 tickets. Now, out of these four, which option do you think is the correct one? The first option is only assumption 1 is implicit. The second option is only assumption 2 is implicit. Either 1 or 2 is implicit, neither 1 nor 2 is implicit. Right, so I think both the options, neither one nor this second one is an implicit option. Because, here what is happening, just because there is a great demand, there is a high demand of tickets, so that is the reason every person seeking tickets of the program will be given only 5 tickets, so that he can with himself bring 4 other family members. Right. So neither 1 nor 2, both the assumptions are not related to this, so they are not implicit. Right. So the correct answer of question 6 is part B. Then we have section B. So here we are given with 20 questions. Out of these 20 questions, we have to do any 15. Completely fine. Let's come on this question number 7. Which method does AI use to follow any command? So out of these 4 methods, which one does AI use to follow any command? It's very simple. Is it basic algorithmic method, process method, thinking method, or logical method? Of course, if you have to design an AI model, you will have to use algorithms, right? For example, if you want an artificially intelligent machine, or if you're developing an artificially intelligent machine, I would say rather like this. If you want to design an artificially intelligent machine and you want to train that machine, okay, so if you are designing it for, suppose, analyzing some data which you have in the form of images with you, definitely you will make use of computer vision techniques. Those techniques refers to algorithms, right? So in AI machine, in AI project cycle, we use these algorithms in the modeling stage. Fine, for training the model. So the correct answer of this one is basic algorithmic method. Then question number 8 is, which of the following is a feature of deep learning? So we have 4 options here. Now you have to tell me which of these is a feature of deep learning. Of course, it uses few algorithms. Now why is it this part C? Why is it not this part B? Uses many algorithms? Because when we are training a machine, right, in deep learning phase, when we are training a machine, so we train it with enormous amount of data, but the number of algorithms that we use, that we are needed to use, is very less. We if we train it with a number of algorithms, then the machine may not be able to give us the correct results. So number of algorithms should be less, and the data should be more, so that once the artificially intelligent machine that we have developed is completely trained, it can detect, it can analyze each and every kind of data which it may come across when it will be deployed in the environment for which we have created it, right? Okay. Cake of Technical, good evening, dear. Thank you so very much for your compliment. I hope you have already shared this video in your group. Please do not forget to do that. And you guys can also check out the what we call it, the programs which I am going to start from 1st of November. If any one of you is interested in taking that course, any of the course, which I am starting from 1st of November, do contact me on my phone number. Definitely, I'll provide you with all the required information. Okay, then this question number 9 says, how are biases and errors introduced in AI? Right. So, unknowingly or by human, wrong interpretation or knowledge. Biases and errors are introduced in AI by humans. Right. It's the humans which train the AI model. Right. If an AI model is biased, it's because the trainer, the person who has trained the model, is biased. That is the reason whatever, see, the way the trainer is going to train the AI machine, it will behave like the same. It will behave on the basis of how it has been trained by its trainer. So if suppose an AI machine has been deployed on an Amazon site, and it has been given a duty of going through the resumes which are coming on the website and then finding out the best resumes. Now at the end, if it will select 6,000 resumes, out of which 4,000 resumes are of male candidates and 2,000 resumes are of female candidates. Then what does this mean? It means that AI machine that which we deployed on the Amazon's site is biased, right? It's and why it is biased? It's because the person who has trained the AI machine, who has fed the data into the AI machine for training it, he is biased, right? So, uh, for this question number 9, the correct answer is part B, by human. Let's come on question number 10, which says, which of the following does not come under AI? Google Maps, yes, it's a part of AI. Video recommendations on YouTube, yes, it is also a part of AI. Self-driving cars is also a part of AI. So the only option which is left with us is part C, human intelligence. Of course, it's not a part of AI. So the correct answer of question number 10 is part C. Then we have question number 11, which is decision making is done based on. So we have four options here. Now, decision making is done on logic, sequence, and condition. No, it is not correct. We don't take into consideration logic or sequence or condition for making any decision. Yes, information is required. Experience is also required. The uh, things we have experienced in our past, definitely we take them into consideration while making a decision, right? Then reasoning, yes. So I think the correct answer, I uh, it should not be I think. Uh, the correct answer of question number 11 is part B, information, experience, and reasoning. Information here refers to data insights. Okay. Question number 12 is robotics is a branch of AI which is composed of. So robotics is composed of mechanical engineering or aerospace engineering, civil engineering, or electrical engineering. So it doesn't have anything to do with mechanical engineering. Aerospace engineering is also not very much required. In civil engineering, no. The correct answer of this question is part D, electrical engineering. Right? It's a branch. Robotics is a branch of AI which is composed of electrical engineering. What is the full form of OCR in of computing? You have to find out the full form of OCR. If you don't know about the full form of OCR, let me tell you the correct answer. The correct option for this one is part B, as the full form of OCR is optical character reader. Question number 14 is, which term describes the common sense of the judgmental part of problem scoping? So is it value based, critical, analytical, heuristic? So the correct answer of this one is heuristic, right? The best AI agent is one who. So out of these four, which one is correct? Which out of these four describes the best AI agent? Needs user inputs? No. An AI machine doesn't require human intervention. So A part is not correct. B part is can solve a problem on its own without any human intervention. Of course, this is the correct one. So the correct answer of 15th is B part. What is one application of AI based around the idea that we should be able to give machines access to data and let them learn from themselves, right? So basically, uh, you know, when we comes to modeling in AI project cycle, there are 5 different stages, right? The fourth one is modeling, in which we create models with the help of which we train our model. Okay. Now, after training the model, we deploy it into the environment for which we have made it. Now, when we deploy it into that environment, so the artificially intelligent machine does, it checks all the data present in the environment, it analyzes the data, and finally it comes out with some prediction outputs. It gives us some result. Now, what is the process? What is this thing? The machine is being deployed and then it is learning from the data. It is analyzing the data, giving us some result, and then it again, comes across some data which it analyzes, and it then again gives us some result. Now, when the machine is analyzing the data, it takes into consideration its previous experience also. So everything is required for the machine to come to a decision and give us some output. Now, what is these all these things comes under which category? They comes under the category of machine learning. What is being done here? We are we are Machine is learning from the environment, from the data which is present in the environment in which it has been deployed. Right. So the correct answer of this is part C. Question number 17 is existential intelligence. Machine becomes intelligent once they are. Okay, so machine becomes intelligent once they are, of course, trained. So once it is trained, once we are done with feeding an algorithm into the machine, it becomes intelligent. Now it can analyze the data for which we have made it. Then we have this question number 18, which says, which of the following statements concerning the implementation of robotic systems is correct? Okay, so we have to think about now robotic systems and everything related to robotics, and we have to give the answer of this question. So, which are the following statements concerning the implementation of robotic systems correct? We have to find out the correct option. So, the first one is implementation of robots can save existing jobs. This is absolutely right. Implementation of robots can create new jobs. This is also absolutely right. Robotics could prevent a business from closing. Absolutely right. So I think the correct answer of question number 18 should be part D. Right. All the mentioned above. Okay. Then we have this question number 19, which is, who is the father of artificial intelligence? We all know that it's He is John McCarthy, right, who introduced the concept of artificial intelligence for the first time in a conference. Then question number 20 is, which of the following is not the promise of artificial neural network? It can explain result, it can survive the failure of some nodes, it has inherent parallelism, it can handle noise. So which of the following is not the promise of artificial neural network? Of course it is this part A. It can explain result, right? It cannot explain result. No, there is no promise like this done by artificial neural network. So it's correct answer of question number 20 is part A. Then comes question number 21. Identify the object, verb, subject in the sentence. He organizes his sources by them. So I think it's very easy. You all will be able to do it very easily. You all know the answer, but I'm here to explain each and every question to you. So definitely I'm going to explain this one also to you guys. So here he is the subject, right? And then by theme. So this is the object, and what are we doing? We are doing organize. He is organizing the things. So this is the verb, right? So as per the information I just provided to you guys, part A is the correct option. Then we have question number 22, which says identify the subject. Again, we have to identify the subject, verb, and object. Right, let's do that quickly. They studied APA rules for many hours. So studied is of course verb, right? APA rules for many hours. Out of this, APA rules is the studied APA rules is the verb, right? Here, they is the subject, and for many hours is the object. So the correct answer of this one is part B. Then we have this question number 23, which says, here are the steps to start a computer. Okay, so we have been given some steps. Now we have to, I think, rearrange them in the correct order. Let's do that quickly. So question number 23, 5 steps are there. Okay, so let's find out the step which should come first. Then we have on the switch connected by the wires, right? We need to on the switch first. So the this is the first step. What's the third? What's the next step? We after switching on the switch, we need to on the CPU. So third one is the second step. So as per this information, part A is correct. The rest of them are not correct. Why? Because it is starting from second. Of course, it's not correct. It is starting from first, but after that, after this, part, this step 5 is coming. Part 5 is coming. So this is of course not correct. Correct one is part A. 24th question. Let's read it. Here are the steps of motivation process. So tension, goal accomplishment, identify unsatisfied needs and motives, action to satisfy needs and motives, feedback. So we have to again rearrange them. Yes, definitely it's a difficult question. Right, no problem. We will try and do that. Tension, goal accomplishment. So I think if we have to rearrange them, we have to rearrange them in such a way that the steps can show the motivation process properly, correctly. So I think third one should come first. Identify unsatisfied needs and motives. You remember in AI project cycle what happens? We first scope the problem, and it is very much similar to the statement which is mentioned here against this third point. Identify unsatisfied needs and motives. So third one will come first, right? And after this, tension. Yeah. After this, the this one will come, and then this action to satisfy needs and motives. We need to perform some action, right? So 314, and this is the only one which is satisfying this series, this criteria which I just identified. So I think part B is the correct one. For question number 24, you can tick mark part B. Then we have question number 25. Which one of the following is not an operating system? Of course, the correct answer is MS Excel because it is an application-based software. The set of forces that energize, direct, and sustain behavior is expectancy, empowerment, socialization, or motivation. Of course, this is also very simple. The correct answer is motivation. Let's now come on section C, competency based questions. So, the first one is artificial intelligence will be hugely groundbreaking later on. So, it's nothing unexpected that Facebook is putting resources into AI. Facebook's AI research group, known as FAIR, okay, Facebook's AI research group, okay, remember the full form of FAIR, says it is focused on advancing the field of machine intelligence and growing new technologies to furnish individuals with better approaches to communicate. Mark Zuckerberg and co-worked on a negotiation platform with two AIs called Alice and Bob. In addition to other things, however, finished the project after the couple started communicating in their mystery language. Now, which approach to speech recognition avoids the problem caused by the variation in speech patterns among different speakers? So, what Facebook has done, they created two artificially intelligent bots, and they put them together and made them to do, to get into a conversation. So the this one is the first one, Alice, and the other one is Bob. So they are now communicating with each other. Finished the project after couple started communicating in their mystery language. Which approach to speech recognition avoids the problem caused by the variation in speech patterns among the different speakers. If suppose there are different kind of communication patterns. There are passive speakers, there are active speakers, there are type of communication differs. Different persons have different types of communication. So which approach out of the four can be used to speech recognition so as to avoid the problem caused by the variation in speech pattern among the different speakers? So again, the question is very simple. If you have understood the question, definitely I think you have got the answer also. So the correct answer is speaker dependent recognition, right? It doesn't have to do anything with connected word recognition. It doesn't have to do anything with isolated recognition. Continuous speech recognition is also not required. It's the speaker dependent recognition. Question number 28 is chatbots offered rudimentary answers to simplistic questions. Of course, it's right. Most of this was achieved by identifying specific keywords and returning a canned response. This was often frustrating for users, but artificial intelligence is transforming this field. Summarize this. We have to summarize the information given in this question here. Is it related to machine learning allows chatbots? Artificial intelligence allows? Deep learning allows? Or none of these? So because here what is happening, we have already created the chatbot. Now it has been put into the environment for which it has been created. So whatever it is doing now, it will come under the category of machine learning. So the correct answer for question number 28 is machine learning allows chatbots. Question number 29 is artificially intelligence. Artificial intelligence is changing business as we know it. But what many people don't realize, or at least don't think about, how AI is also impacting our daily lives. Sophia was it was a granted human rights, granted citizenship, similar to human law, all of the above. So what do you think is the correct answer of this? Granted human rights? No, it has not been granted any human rights. It is all the laws which are applicable of on humans, they are not it's not like they are applicable on Sophia also, because it's a robot, and it falls under the category of weak AI, right? It's not a product of strong AI. Remember this thing. So the correct answer of this one is part B, because yes, it's true that it has been granted a citizenship. Okay, so the correct answer of this one is part B, granted citizenship. Digital exams and assessment. The lockdown impacted examinations, and in most cases, schools had to either cancel or postpone the exams. Within some time, institutes realized that online learning would be the new normal and they must adapt to move ahead. Three solutions were commonly used: graduating everyone, providing online assignments, extrapolating students' marks from their previous exams, and strict invigilation continues to remain a problem for institutions to conduct online education. Based on what criteria was the result declared? Now, on which criteria the result will be declared? So you have to take into consideration everything which is given here. There are various solutions. There are three solutions which has been provided to us for the problem scoped here. Graduating everyone, providing online assignments, and extrapolating students. So how the institutions should conduct online education? Based on what criteria was result declared? Reinforcement, supervised, unsupervised, or none of these? So the correct answer of this one is none of these, right? We cannot use any of these criteria for simply declaring the result. We'll have to find it out manually. 31st is macro. Polo is indeed one of the greatest explorers of all time. We know that. It was he who first made a route across Asia to China, okay, and first told Europeans about the court at Peking. Marco Polo was the first European to describe Burma, Tibet, and India and tell others of the customs and manners of the people. He talked to the Christmas living in Abyssinia in Africa, and describes the cold Arctic countries of the white bear, where people rode on reindeers in dog sleds. On the basis of our above information, answer these questions. What did Marco Polo first tell Europeans? So I think the correct answer of first one should be, we have to match them. I think we have to match these 3 points with these. No, we have to find out the correct match. Yeah. So, what did Marco Polo first tell Europeans about he? So, yes, of course, he told about pecking, right? So, this is, I think, this is the only one which is starting with pecking. So, part C is the correct option for question number 31. Then we have question number 32, barriers to the application of ICT. So it's based on ICT. Let me just check. What is the reason for the above barrier skills? Okay, so there is in this question some kind of barrier has been talked about, and let me just check. Many obstacles will prevent can prevent from using ICT, such as problem in infrastructures, lack of training and weak technical support, the lack of time, software, hardware, keyboarding skills, knowledge of available information. Okay, so I think it's external barriers, because everything is based, all the barriers are because of the hardware hardware related things. Of course, it is external barrier. Then we have this last question. Big data is data that contains greater variety, arriving in increasing volumes and with more velocity. Put simply, big data is larger, more complex data sets, especially from new data sources. These data sets are so voluminous that traditional data processing software just can't manage them. Big data is a set of technologies created to store, analyze, and manage this bulk data. A macro tool created to identify patterns in the chaos of this explosion in information. Okay, today it is used in areas as diverse as medicine, agriculture. Yes, of course, big data is being used everywhere today. if you want to develop a highly intelligent neural network, or a neural network which can give you always correct output, then you need to train it with enormous amount of data, right? So what is this big data used for? Again, we have to, I think, yeah, what is the big data used for? Is it for large data? Does it have a pattern? So I think it is very similar to this one. It is very much similar to this 31st. Correct answer, you can see here, part A is the correct answer. It is create to store. What is the big data used for? It is, of course, create to store and analyze. Is it for large data? Yes. Does it have a pattern? Yes, of course, it has a pattern. Right, so we are done with discussing that this model test paper number 2. Do prepare it. It will definitely help you in scoring good marks in your board exams. And it's for all the students who have opted for AI, or the students who want to learn AI. Right, thank you very much all of you for joining in. Please do not forget to like and share this video and make it reach to all the students who have opted for AI or who are learning artificial intelligence today. There are not many things which I am going to put on my channel, and I would like you to support my channel, because the more you will support it, the more popular it will get and more motivated I will feel always. Thank you so very much for joining in. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye and take care.